Hey, what's going on? This is my 2018 Triumph Thruxton R. I purchased this bike about 2 months ago with about 800 miles on it, and since I put about 2,600 miles. It has over 3,000 miles on it. It is honestly one of my favorite bikes that I do own. This has about 97 horsepower from the factory and over 80 foot-pounds of torque. So it's a good, powerful twin engine on it. It's a 1200 cc. As you can see, this is not a factory bike. This has an aftermarket seat put on it by a previous owner. The fender has been eliminated, different tail light on it, the Vance 9's exhaust. I'll show you guys some of the details of it and we will go for a quick ride. It is quite a lovely, lovely bike. The Brembo brakes on it, the Showa front forks, the Öhlins rear suspension. It's just a good handling bike. It's powerful, it's torquey, it handles well, it stops well, it does everything fantastically, and it's honestly one of the best looking modern bikes in my opinion. Alright, look at that front end. That front fairing is absolutely gorgeous in my opinion. Got these big beefy brakes on the front. It's an all-around just beautiful bike. I like the details on it. They got the Triumph logo right there in the headlight as well. That is really, really cool. The gauges are nice. It's still a little wet from where I washed it, but as you can see, it's quite an attractive bike. I like the tank strip down here. I think Triumph knocked this one out of the park. It's just an absolutely stunning bike to look at. I think this is one of my favorite angles of this motorcycle, just from the side, so you can see the lines of it. It's such a beautiful bike. You can see the timing cover. Alright, let's turn it on and see what we have here. So now there are 3 different modes. You have road, sport, and rain. The thing I don't like about this is you cannot change the mode whenever you're riding. You have to be stopped. So that's a bit annoying, but that's easily changed right here by a hand on the mode switch. Then also, scroll through here, see your average miles per gallon, the time. For the best riding experience, turn your traction control off, and then that way it will not cut power whenever you're really getting into the throttle. So sport plus traction control off is the best settings in my opinion. Alright, let's give her a start up and see how she sounds. Let's go for a ride. Alright, here we go. Now we're going on a nice little ride on this lovely Thruxton R. We don't have very many twisties where I live, but this road right here is kind of fun for a second.
But unfortunately, there's almost always other cars on this road. As you can tell, it accelerates quite well. It's not bad for a twin, not bad at all. It's a good handling bike. The brakes are fantastic. I mean, everything is just so good about this. The clutch feels nice, the throttle feels nice. Everything about this just feels really, really good. As you can see right there, it tells you what gear you're in. But this bike is good for everyday riding. The suspension is a bit stiff because technically this is a sport bike, but it's not unbearably stiff. I mean, it's a good bike. I ride it to work almost every day. It's about a 35-minute ride for me each way. So I wouldn't want to be riding an hour and a half on it. It wouldn't be comfortable for longer distance. Definitely not a touring bike, but it is good for what it was built for. And honestly, that's just tearing up the twisties, getting around town, just having fun. Stay in your lane. You switch lanes already once, don't switch twice. Alright, so as you can see, the bike is perfectly smooth, riding it normal. If you want to go quick, it goes quick. If you wanted to stop, it'll stop. If you wanted to turn, it'll turn. It does everything extremely, extremely well. I think Triumph honestly knocked this bike out of the park personally. I've had this bike for a few months now and I ride it every day. It's fantastic, honestly. I do not regret buying this bike at all.
Alright, well that's it for my 2018 Triumph Thruxton R. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the ride along, and just subscribe to the channel. I've got more cool bikes coming, a lot of cool old motorcycles, some of mine, some that belong to other people. So just hit the subscribe button, let me know what you think.